Hey, let's start out standing today. Fingers laced together, hands against your chest. Start out with a little breathing warm up, extending and flexing your spine. When you breathe in, I want you to breathe into your hands and lift your chest and your chins here in a slight extension. As you exhale, round your upper body forward to look at the floor, straighten your arms and push your palms away from you. As you inhale, bring your hands back to your chest, lift your chin, and then exhale, curl forward and reach away. Inhale up, opening the chest wide. And then as you round forward, let your shoulder blades spread apart. Let's add a little bend on the knees next time you flex. You're going to curl forward. Let's go to a deeper flexion. Inhale, back up. So I'm still reaching my arms away, but now I'm going to go to like where the floor meets the wall, that angle a little bit more. Inhale, lift. 2 more times. Exhale, flex. Inhale up. And last time to curl forward. And then back up. All right, hands behind the head. Let's get into a wider stance. Knees bend. Let's take on a little side bend here. I want you to exhale as you side bend, inhale as you lift to the middle. And we'll just go back and forth a few times. Make sure you're emphasizing contracting on the way down and then using that inhale to grow nice and tall up to the center. One more to the other side. All right, now go into a side bend. So I guess not one more to the other side. Go into a side bend again. Reach your top arm overhead. Now I want you to take that arm, give it a little more stretch in that direction. From your side bend, now let's rotate to look down towards your thigh and then come back to your side. Inhale as you twist down. Exhale, return. And let's do 3. Rotate back and 2 and return. One more time. Place your hand behind your head. Stack back up. All right, side bend the other way. Get into that pose. Shoot that arm out long. Get a little stretch. Now rotating towards the ground. And then back. Inhale. And exhale, twist. For 3. And back. 2. And 1. Hand behind your head. Come on, back up. Bring your hands down to your hips so you can palpate your hips. I want you to lift one heel up, and you're going to pivot, turning your knee in and out. Okay, so I've got my foot kind of grinding on the floor to do this. 2 more times. Now, lead with that. Bring it into a lunge and back. And lunge and return. So I'm sinking down a bit as I twist, driving that knee to the floor. 2 more of those. Down and up. Last time. And up. Drop that heel. Lift your other one. Just the leg. So I'm turning in, turning out, all coming from the hip joint. And 4. 2 more times. I wish I was wearing socks though. All right. Use it to turn it. Knee. Follow with the pelvis into lunge, and then back. So you're going to pivot and sink and return. Let's do that 3 more times. And 2. 1 more time. And back. Come on up. To get on down. All right. Kneeling on your hands and knees. Let's start out just your neutral spine weight shift forward and back a couple times. Get a sense of just the push-pull in your arms. I want to add rotation to this. So now as you shift back, we're going to rotate to the side, pulsing 3, 2, 1. Inhale on the weight, shift forward. Now we sit it back, rotate 3, deeper 2, further 1. Inhale to return. Exhale to twist, and 2, and 3, back to the middle, and rotate, 2, and 3. Let's do 1 more to each side. And twist, make sure the head's following the turn. And when you're leaning back, sit bones wide, tip them up and back, 3, and back to the center. Now, I'm going to have you go into a rolling cat stretch next. Okay, so for this one, reach your arms out a little bit farther. And that wide sit bone thought, go ahead and push your hips back, but keep your sit bones tilted up and wide. So instead of sitting onto your heels, we're hovering above them. And with the arms reaching forward as far as you can, you're just going to drop your chest down so you feel like you're beginning in a very shallow extension. On your exhale, start to round your spine, shifting your weight into your hands. Drop your hips, lift your chest and chin so you're in a shallow extension, just past a plank. Then you're going to drop your chin, round your spine to roll forward, and then unravel back into extension, dropping your chest and lifting your chin. Exhale, tuck your tail under, round your back, push your hips down, press your hands away from the floor to lift your chest and chin. Now drop your chin, roll back. And then elongate again, stick out the tailbone, open the chest, lift your chin. Exhale, tuck the tail under, scoop the abs in, shift forward, dropping your hips, lift your chest, lift the chin. Head down, start to round backwards. Elongate again, drop your chest. Last one like this. Exhale, as you shift forward, push the hips down, lift your heart, and then head down, round your spine to shift back, and lengthen back out again. All right, come back into kneeling on your hands and knees. Just bear with me one little sec. All right, got a fiddle faddle on my fiddle faddles. Okay. All right, let's play a game. Arms first, then legs. I want you to lift one arm up so it's hovering about the height of your shoulder, hand near your shoulder. Extend that arm overhead. I want you to circle it around to your side, then bend it and run it up along the side, reach it overhead. Circle around. Now you might be saying to yourself, this kind of reminds me of one of my arms doing a breaststroke. That's right. And one more time, reach over and around. That's exactly what we're doing. Pop that hand down, give me 4 on the other side. All right, so get the other arm in the hover. We're going to reach overhead, circle around, run it up the side of your body, circle around, okay, just so you can, and then you can't see that side. Reach and circle and reach, circle around. Hand back down. All right, now, you know how I'm side facing you and I'm going to go back to this arm? I want you, instead of that arm, you're going to use the opposite leg. I'm going to go the same side just because it's near the camera and you can see it. All right, here's what your leg's going to do. So you're going to pick it up a little bit off the mat. I want you to take it out to the side, so it's kind of the doggy on the fire hydrant maneuver. You're going to kick it back in a turnout, rotate it parallel, and bring it back under. So it's going to turn out and extend, turn in and drop. Out and extend. Kind of like you're drawing a circle with your thigh and just adding that knee extension. Let's try it on the other side. So we lift out to the side, kick it back, turn it in and drop. Open, back, in and drop. 2 more times. And 1 more like that. Okay. If you're following me, we've got an opposite arm and leg ready to work together. We're going to do that leg action, that arm action. Whoa, this is going to be intense. I feel like there's no right way to be side facing to you for you to see everything. You got this. You know how to do this exercise. Okay, elbow bent by right shoulder. Other leg, you're going to get the knee hovering so you're already supported on the one hand and the one knee. Doggy on the fire hydrant with the leg while the arm reaches overhead. We're going to extend the leg back during the arm circle. Bend your knee, everything tucks back where it started. So leg out to the side, arm overhead. Extend during the circle, tuck. And reach. Okay, don't listen to my words so much. Just think of how it would really feel to swim the breaststroke. 2 more times. And 1 more. And around. All right, let's switch and get the leg action. All right, so I get the arm up, shoulder height. Maybe we'll go this way just a little bit. Arm at shoulder height, leg hovering. Now I'm going to take that arm to overhead while the leg goes out. I'm going to circle the arm around, push and pull. All right, so I'm making 2 big opposing circles at the hip and shoulder joint. Make them big. 1 more time, sweeping around and drop. All right, let's get off your wrist. Give me a little shake, shake, shaky. And let's head down onto your back. All right. Let's play around a couple rocks between neutral and imprint so you can feel an isolation. Make sure you're connecting well when we imprint do our ab work. On your exhale, you're going to tilt your pelvis, drawing your hips a little closer to your ribs so your low back is slightly flattened, and then rock back to neutral when you breathe in.
As you exhale, try to feel the force of your breath drawing the two bones closer together as we shorten the obliques, and then rock back to neutral. And now you're going to feel the obliques get a little longer, like suspender stretching to control going back. Exhale, tilt to imprint. Inhale, back to neutral. One more time. Tilt to imprint. Back to neutral. Not really. One more time. One more time now, and you're going to hold it. Exhale, rock to imprint. Stay there. So I want you to try to stay connected with your abs. You're going to lift one leg to tabletop when you breathe in, and then your other leg up when you exhale. Let's try a set of toe taps. On the next exhale, lower one leg and tap your toes on the mat while you work to keep an imprinted spine. Inhale to lift that leg. Exhale, tap your foot down, and inhale to lift. And we're going to keep alternating. Exhale as you lower. Inhale back up. And exhale, tap down. Inhale to lift. Let's try one more on each foot. Inhale back up. And last time to tap. And inhale to lift. Let's take your hands behind your head. Now leave your legs in tabletop position and let's do a few crunches. As you exhale, nod your chin, curl up your head and shoulders to look at your thighs. Inhale as you come back down. Now we want to still feel imprinted, maintaining that slight tilt of your pelvis. Feel how your breath work helps you here. The exhale helps me flex forward. I'm going to inhale, gradually letting myself down, and exhale, curl up, gazing towards the legs. Inhale, lower. Come up one more time, freeze there. Bring your hands to the sides of your legs. Now single leg stretch. When you exhale, reach one leg out, catch your other knee bent in. Inhale, then exhale to reach. And we're just going to switch back and forth. Now I want you to have a little endurance that we're building of your abdominals. So you're going to work to hold your flexion of your upper body. Resist your hips rotating side to side as you alternate the legs. Let's do 4 and 4, 3, 3 and 2, 2 and 1, 1. Let's tuck the knees back in, lower your head, release your feet down to the mat. Let's take the next move in two parts as well. Let's leave your feet down for a second, release out of that imprint, and let's come back into a neutral pelvis. Hands are going to go behind your head, and next we'll throw in a set of obliques. Come back up into your crunch, your ab prep, by nodding your chin and curling up your head and shoulders so you're looking towards your legs. All right, from the centered point, when we add rotation, I want you to take your arm, you're going to reach it like a chopping motion diagonally to the other side, and then return to the center. And do the same thing to the other side, reaching across and back to the center. So now the action of chopping will help you feel the shoulder coming up and over, increasing the flexion as it's rotating. Let's do one more like that. And back to center. Lower your head back down. All right. We're going to add the legs you just used in for single leg stretch. I'm going to give you a short set where we still get to chop back and forth, and then we're going to convert it to hand staying behind your head the whole time. So just follow my lead. Exhale, rock back into that imprint, and use the obliques to get there. So stay connected with that. Lift up one leg as you inhale. Now exhale, feel the breath, and then take up your second leg. All right, here comes your upper body. Nod your chin, flex forward so you're looking at your thighs. Just that rotation with the upper body coming across with the chop. And then I'm going to straighten my opposite leg. So I'm turning towards the bent knee. Back through center as I switch legs and reach across. Inhale, exhale, twist through center and twist. Let's do one more to each side this way. And then we're going to take out the chop, but I want the same spinal movement. So now I'm rotating up and over. And my elbow is trying to go, let's pretend, I'm going to say towards the knee, but just past the knee. And rotate. So I'm lifting and twisting. And over. Let's do 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Back to center. Drop your head. Draw your knees in a little closer toward your chest for a sec. All right. Push your knees away so they're back in a tabletop. And just make sure, even if you need an extra exhale, you can get back into your imprint. Hands on the sides of the knees. Let's do one more ab flexion exercise. We'll do double leg stretch. Nod your chin. Curl up your head and shoulders to look at your legs. Stay here for an inhale. As you exhale, extend both of your legs and reach your arms back by your ears. Inhale, circle your arms, tuck your knees back in. Exhale, arms and legs reach away. Inhale, circle and catch. Exhale, reach out. Circle around and tuck, and exhale to reach. Circle, pull it back in. Let's do this for 4. Circle, catch, and 3, and around. Last 2, and one more time. and around. Drop your head, squeeze your knees into your chest for a sec. All right, let's release your feet back down to the mat. Let's just reorganize. Leave a little space between your feet just a couple inches away from your hips. We're going to go into shoulder bridges, some variations. Let's play around with some hip pulses first. So arms are going to go down by your sides. I'm going to have you start with an exhale breath, lifting your hips all the way up into a full bridge, clean line, ribs to your knees. When you breathe in, lower your hips down almost all the way to the mat. Do 3 small pulses, lifting higher, 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 and then inhale, come most of the way down. And again, pulse up 1, 2, 3. Inhale most of the way down. One more time. Pulse up 1, 2, 3. Hold at the top for an inhale. Come all the way back down on the exhale. Let's do one more round of that. Exhale. As you press up and make that initial bridge, reach your knees away from your shoulders. So you feel like you're putting some of that load over your legs. That'll help you really connect with the hamstrings and glutes. Inhale. We're going to flex at the hips. Come most of the way down. Now little pulses up. Exhale 1. Higher 2. Higher 3. Inhale most of the way down. And again, pulse up 1, higher 2, further 3, most of the way down. And lift 1, 2, hold at the top, inhale, exhale all the way back down. Lift one leg into tabletop position. Try to keep your hips level. We're going to bridge up and down on one leg. Straight up and down, no pulses. Exhale, press into your stabilizing foot, lift your hips to bridge. Inhale, drop back down. And again, exhale, press up to bridge. Inhale as you lower. Exhale, lift. And lower. On the 4th one, you're going to stay up. Now, tap your foot down and lift. Lower down. Isn't it good you practice your toe tap already? And hold it up. Drop back down. All right, let's switch legs. As you set up your new stabilizing leg, remember, keep it close to you to prevent Charlie horse and hamstring. How are we doing for time? Killing it. All right. On your exhale, press into that stabilizing foot. Get into that big toe especially. Lift your hips up to bridge. Inhale, back down. Exhale as you lift. Inhale to drop. Exhale up. Inhale lower. You're going to stay up on this one. Breathe. And now we tap down for 1 and lift. 2 and 3. Come on, back down. Bum, bump. Flip over onto your tummy. All right, starting out with the W arm. Legs. Why am I so darn close to my wall today? All right, legs are going to be parallel, hip width apart. I want you to press yourself up into a breaststroke prep. So we're going to lift your head and your chest by pushing into your forearms, pulling your shoulder blades back, and you're going to stop when there's 1 or 2 ribs left touching the mat. And then you're going to lower back down sequentially through each rib, then your neck and your head. As you inhale, keep elongating your neck as you lift up. Slide your shoulder blades back and down as you push away from the floor. And then sink right back down like a rolling pin was running up your body to push you flat. And inhale as you lift. Let the breath lift you up. So you're opening the chest, pushing it forward, and exhale to sink back down. Last time, inhale up, breathing wide across the collarbones, and exhale back down again. All right, now you're going to push yourself up into the top of the motion. Come off it just a touch. Now a little side bend. Take one arm, reach it up and over to the opposite side of the mat, and then come back to the center. Switch arms every time. And back to center. Up and over, stretching your shoulder and the side of the waist. And on the side you're banging towards, we had a little contraction from the obliques. Now, if you'd like to add more range of motion, you can step your leg across, same side, leg is arm, and then you feel more of the expression of a full side bend. And up and over. One more to each side. Reach and center. Reach and center. Lower back down. All right, so the legs are still hip width apart, but now you're going to turn your toes out. So you're in lateral rotation. We're going to go into swimming next. I want you to send your arms overhead. So your body just looks like a big X. I almost forgot all about our arms. Let's do a superhero lift so you can feel how we're going to integrate your upper and lower body together to work. On your exhale, compress your abs away from the mat. Now lengthen your arms and legs, and we're going to hover them off the mat so you feel like a superhero flying. Stay in the lift for an inhale. Exhale to come back down. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, abs draw in first. Now elongate to lift so everything's floating off, including the chest. Inhale here, and exhale back down. So your superhero hover will be the start position, and then we're going to flutter kick, alternating lifting the arm and opposite arms and legs. All right, coming up again. Exhale, float up into that hover. Let's flutter. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep those knees nice and straight and point out through the toes. 4, 5, breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and draw the navel to the spine. 2 more full breaths. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, last 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach everything out, drop back down. Sit back in a shell stretch. Hips onto your heels. And now just bow forward. I'm going to try my mic for 1 second just to cough. All right, take a nice big breath into your back. Hold here for an exhale. Take 1 more breath in to stay there. On your exhale, roll yourself up into a sitting position. Let's come up into tall kneel for a second. Spine twist. Arms out to the side, and I want you to extend your wrists. So you want to push your arms out to try to make them longer, and then just bring them slightly forward so you can see your hands in your peripheral vision. 3 pulses to each side in this one. Take a breath in to prepare. As you exhale, rotate to the right for 3, and 2, and 1, and then inhale back to the center. Other side, twisting 1, further 2, further 3, and inhale to return. Exhale to twist, and 2, and 3, back to center, and rotate. Try to get taller between each pulse of the arms. 1 more each side, and twist. Bring it out 2, further 3, back to center, and 3, 2, 1, back to the middle, arms down. Just give yourself a little rolly and a little rolly. I'm going to turn side facing to you. And then I'm going to step one of my legs forward, so I'm in that like posing for your sports team picture shot. I'm going to take your back foot, curl your toe, curl the toes. I'm going to curl my own toes. You should curl. I'm going to go home now. That didn't work. That sentence didn't work either because I am home. Okay, here we go. Ready? I'm going to go from this lunge that I'm in, and I'm going to stand up into a squat. Watch me now. Weight's going to shift into the front leg. So I'm going to shift forward, stand up into a squat. Same leg is going to come back down to the ground. And again, push the weight into your front foot, stand up and squat, lower back down. And then up into your squat. Now I'm swinging my arms just like I'm jogging, just to give you a little balance into the movement. If you find something else with your arms is working better, you do you. Okay, you're going to go up 1 more time. Let's do our switch from here. So switch the arms. Now you're going to step back with the other leg. Just be careful this first time. Just want you to kind of feel out, okay, new side, new balance. Step into that front leg, come up, and control dropping. Lift, try to drop the weight into your heels, and step back down, and up, and lower. Lift, and drop. 1 more time, up, and down. All right. Back down to kneeling on your hands and knees. Earlier today, we had that opposite arm and leg breaststroke kind of thing going on. All right, so now we're going to do different kinds of hovering and just play around with different twisting. So the first piece of this, spread your fingertips out wide, get your toes curled under, leave a little space in between your legs. Let's push into your hands and your toes and just come up into a hovering position. So you can feel what it's like to get your knees off the mat. Work to keep your back flat when you're here, and then put your knees down. I don't know why I was bouncing around. I don't think that was part of the exercise. And again, exhale, press into the hands and feet, hover those knees up, keep racing away from the floor, and then lower back down to the mat. 2 more times. Draw your abs in, brace away from the ground, hover up, and lower back down. 1 more time like this. Exhale, brace, hover, hang out, linger, linger, lower back down. All right, let's get wild. We're going to try to reach one arm out to the side. So you're going to come into your hover, sink your weight back into your legs a little bit of advice, and then try to reach one arm out to the side, and then back down, try the other arm out to the side, and then back down. Give me one more on each side. If you think you're doing this without a little weight shift, you're crazy. You got to plant into the arm to free up the other one, drop back down. We got 2 more versions of this to add on to that. You're going to take that move, and we're going to add a rotation to it. All right, for this, I'm going to suggest just walk your fingers forward just a touch more. First hover by putting the weight into the hands to get the knees up. Now go ahead and shift back again. Okay, I'm going to take the arm out to the side, and I'm going to turn, and then I'm going to come back, other side. So the arm's going to lead, and I'm going to twist, untwist, bring the arm down. Give me one more to each side. Arm, rotate, back to the middle, arm, leads into the twist, back into the middle, drop back down. Okay. We're going to add a side bend to this. That's really why I gave you the extra room with your arms. If you have really long legs, see how I've gone out even a tiny bit farther? You may want to if you've got really long legs. Okay. Side bend comes out of that rotation you just did. Here we go. I'm like sighing like it's going to be horrible. It's going to be freaking awesome. Here we go. Into your fingertips, into your toes. Hover those knees up. Shift your weight back a little. All right, arm first. So arm goes out. I'm going to twist. Now I'm going to go up and over into a side bend. Out of the side bend. And then rotate back. So the arm leads. I'm going to twist. Side bend. Come back out of the side bend. And twist to the floor. Okay, so you get the weight shift. Arm swings out. Push into the ground to help you twist. Now drop your working shoulder, go up and over it. Come back down into that little side plank with bent knees. Turn to the floor. One more time. Lift the arm. Twist. Now up and over, side bend. Come back down, bending the knees. Twist back down to the ground. Drop your knees. Sit back onto your heels. And nice big breath in there, focusing the air into your back. And hold for another exhale. Breathe in one more time, and then you can roll up to sitting. All right, let's sit without legs. Let's sit with your legs long in front of you. Leave a little space in between them. They can be straight or slightly bent at the knees. Try to align your body vertical over your pelvis with your ribs and head even. You're going to reach your arms up to the ceiling. On your inhale breath, keep reaching up and hinge forward with a straight back. So we're kind of trying to tip right to the front of your sit bones. When you can't go anymore, I want you to exhale and round your spine, curling down over your legs. Stay here and take an inhale. Put the breath into your back so you feel buoyant rather than collapsed in this flexion. When you exhale, roll back up. Lift your pelvic floor gently, compress your abs gently to give you support as you rise up. Let's take the arms up again. Inhale, hinge forward, chest reaching towards your feet, and then exhale, scoop the abs in, round the spine, let your shoulders relax. Breathe in, again, feel that expansive quality of your breath, and exhale to roll back up. Inhale, arms shoot up to the ceiling, hinge forward, and then exhale, round your spine. Breathe in again, and then roll back up to the top. All right, I'm going to take the hands around to the back, fingertip touch, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest and chin, and then sink out of it. And again, lifting the heart, sinking back down. And one more time, lifting and sinking back down. All right, back up onto your feet. Doot. Just give myself a little bit more room. All right. So just going lunging into marching a couple different directions, just so we can end with a little balance work and just kind of get, I don't know, just get us ready to rock and roll for the rest of the day, I guess. I don't know. All right. So I'm going to have you begin staggered stance. Give yourself 5 regular old lunges, just so you can feel well balanced in between your legs. You can even put your hands on your hips if you want to, if that gives you a little sense of where you are in space. All right, I want you to come down to your lunge. You're going to reach your arms forward, high diagonal. From the lunge, now you're going to take your back knee. We're going to rise up into a march, swinging the arms down. Lift the arms back up as you lunge. So I'm going to march and then drop. March and drop. Let's do 3 and 2 and 1. Now come up to stand, turn back to the center. I'm going to go into a side lunge and a step in. Let's take your arms out to the side. I want you to bend into that same knee that was the back leg. We're going to come back into a real big T. So I'm going to hinge over, allowing the chest to drop into T. Over and lift. 2 more of these. Now that leg, instead of stepping in, I'm going to try to bring it to the air, changing the arms a little. So I'm down here, leg comes in, arms go up. I was wiggling like crazy on the first one, forgetting what I'm doing. All right, out and up. Still wiggling on the third one. It's kind of dated. 2 more times, out and up. Last time, open, lift. All right, now we go this way. Where do we start? Hands on the hips. Just the lunge. Down and up 5 times. Why am I giggling? I don't know. I hate silence. 1 more time, and I'm out of things to say. It happened. Arms reaching forward at a high diagonal. Body down to the low lunge. Drive that back knee up into the march. As you swing your arms down, come back down to lunge. Lift to march, drop to lunge. 3 more. And 2. And 1. All right, rise back up. Bring it back to the center. Okay, phase 1, just step in, all T arms here. Hinge forward, weight into that bent knee, and just step it in. Give me strong inner thighs. That's what I want you to tune into. Coming erect, glutes, back muscles, but then inner thighs connecting to your core, pulling into the middle. 2 more of those. All right, the arms are going to change when we lift that leg. So I'm going to go side lunge. Arms up to the ceiling, find those inner thighs. And side lunge. Lift and balance. Drop and up. 3 more. And 2. 1 more time. And up. All right. Last but not least, hands on your thighs. All right, getting rotation from the shoulders. You're going to drop one shoulder, then the other. So you get a little twist going. That's mostly coming from the chest. Turn your head now. Look over the shoulder. And you've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. All right, hands are going to stay on your legs. I want you to drop your head, extend your legs, look down in between your knees, and then come back down into that little squat, just a little weight in your heels, and then extend the legs, look down in between them, and then drop. We're going to do that 2 more times. When you go to the straight legs, push down into your heels. Try to resist the weight going forward over the toes, and then back down. And 1 more time, rounding, and then dropping. From the squat, tuck the tail, roll up to stand. Done. All right, have a great day.